Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Whirlpool Duet dryer idler wheel and bracket assembly. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new idler wheel and bracket. The idler wheel and bracket assembly is what goes in between the motor and the drum. It puts tension on the belt. The main reason to be changing out the whole bracket assembly instead of just the idler wheel is that the shaft has gone bad and the idler wheel doesn't spin good. In order to get to the part, we have to take off the top and then remove the rear access panel. So we're going to take the top off. It's held in on the back with 3/4 inch screws, which we can take out to get the top off. Once you have the screws out, you can pull back a little bit on the top and lift it off the machine. Now that we have the top off, we can remove this access panel. It's held in just by this 1/4 inch screw. Now that we have the smaller access panel off, we can remove the grounding wire with a 5/16 inch nut driver. Once we have that off, we want to take the power cord, kind of slide it out of its slot, and kind of wrap it up and stick it in here so your wires don't come disconnected. Then we can pull it out later. Now we can take off the access panel spring retainer. It's located in between the access panel and the exhaust duct. To take out the spring retainer, you want to press down right here and then press on this tab. To make it easier to come out, you can take and press down on the exhaust duct a little bit. That'll make it come out nice and easy. Now we can remove the access panel itself. We have to remove all these 1/4 inch screws around it. So we're going to use our nut driver. Now that we have all the screws out, we can kind of lower the top of the panel away from the machine and pull it away. Now that we have the access panel off, we have access to change the part. We're going to take this cement block out of the way so you guys can see at home. You guys don't have to take this out. To get the part out, we're going to pull on this wheel. We're going to pull towards the outside of the dryer, and that'll release the tension on the belt so we can slide it off the motor pulley and then gently let it go. Now that we have the belt off, we can take our 3/8 inch socket and take out this bolt here. With the bolt out, we can disconnect it from the spring. Here's the old idler wheel and bracket assembly next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Now we can put in the new idler wheel and bracket assembly. We can lift up the spring and reattach it to the bracket. And then you want to take the bracket between the motor pulley and the broken belt switch and line up the hole so we can put the bolt in. Now that we have the idler wheel and bracket assembly put back on, we have to put the belt back on. So we're going to stretch it up towards the outside of the dryer. And then you want to take the belt and run it over the top of the wheel so it creates a loop for the motor pulley. So it should come over the top of the idler wheel, over the top of the motor, and back over to the other side of the drum. Now that we have the part installed, we can reinstall the rear access panel and screw it back into place. To get this lined up in here, you may have to lift up on the exhaust tube a little bit, but you want to make sure that these lips right here are on the inside and these outer tabs are on the outside of the body of the dryer. As you lift it up, you want to make sure that your gas pipe goes through the hole. Then we'll want to grab our power cord, feed it back through the hole, and make sure that this black retainer block is snapped in. Then we can go ahead and put all the screws on. Now we can connect the grounding wire and put the access panel back on. When you're putting the top on, you want to make sure that these tabs go underneath this piece right here. To make sure the tabs go under like they're supposed to, you want to set the top down a little bit back from the console and then slide it forward so they lock. Now that you're done repairing the appliance, you can plug it back in and give it a whirl. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.